Welcome to Silent Night Archives. Before we begin our quiet journey into the Han Dynasty Forest Outpost tonight, you may gently like and subscribe if you wish. It helps this peaceful archive continue to grow. And now, let us drift together into another time. Another world where the bamboo leans softly in the evening wind and the lamps glow like small amber moons. You are arriving at a remote Han Dynasty Forest Outpost just before sunset. The air warm and slow around you, the sky turning from gold to a muted apricot. The kind of color that seems to soften every thought. The kind of color that invites you to breathe a little deeper. The kind of color that makes you feel welcome, even before anyone speaks to you. The path beneath your feet is a narrow earthen trail, pressed smooth by years of footsteps from soldiers, messengers, hunters, and wandering traders. Each one leaving a faint memory in the soil. Each one adding to the quiet story of this place. The bamboo forest stretches on both sides of the trail, tall and slender, rising like green pillars. Their leaves whispering in long, gentle sighs. The sound is steady and calming. A natural rhythm that seems to match the pace of your heartbeat. The Han Dynasty existed many centuries ago, from 206 BC to 220 AD. And while many grand events shaped its history, this outpost is far from the noise of politics or the bustle of large towns. Here life is simple, practical, and peaceful. Here the soldiers watch the forest, maintain the trails, and keep travelers safe. Here the empire feels distant, like a dream carried on the wind as you walk. You notice the scent of resin from pine trees mixed with the fresh green fragrance of bamboo. The forest floor is scattered with fallen leaves, soft and dry. They cushion your steps and make each movement feel unhurried. You can hear the faint calls of evening birds settling into their nests, their voices gentle and fading, as though they too are preparing for a night of rest. The air cools slightly as the sun lowers, brushing your skin with a pleasant chill, reminding you that night is approaching, reminding you that soon you will be inside the outpost walls. Safe and warm, the outpost itself appears ahead. A modest wooden structure built with thick timber beams and a surrounding palisade. The architecture reflects typical Han frontier design, sturdy and functional, with slanted roofs covered in wooden shingles. The walls are made from interlocked logs, each one carefully shaped and fitted. The gate is simple, two heavy wooden doors bound with iron, though the iron is not polished. It is dark and weathered, showing years of use. The outpost is not large, perhaps enough for a dozen soldiers, maybe a few more, depending on the season and the needs of the region. It is a place meant for watching, for listening, for maintaining quiet order in the forest. As you approach the gate, you see a small watchtower rising above the wall, built from timber, with a narrow platform where a soldier stands, his silhouette calm against the fading sky. He wears the typical Han military attire for a frontier post, a simple tunic of coarse cloth, a leather belt, and a light lamellar vest made from small rectangular plates tied together with cords. This type of armor is historically accurate for lower-ranking soldiers stationed far from major cities. It is practical and not overly heavy, allowing them to move easily through the forest. His hair is tied in a topknot, a common style for Han men, especially those in military service. He sees you and raises a hand in greeting. Not hurried, not suspicious, simply acknowledging your arrival. The outpost is used to receiving travelers. Though not many come this deep into the forest, still, hospitality is part of Han custom, especially in remote areas where cooperation is essential for survival. The soldier calls down to someone below, his voice soft, and soon the gate opens with a slow creak, the sound of wood shifting gently, the kind of sound that feels familiar, like an old door in a childhood home. Inside the gate, the courtyard is small but tidy, the ground packed firm, swept clean of leaves. A few wooden structures stand around the edges, including a storage shed, a kitchen hut, and the main barracks. The barracks is a long building with a slanted roof and narrow windows, designed to keep out wind and rain. The interior is likely simple, with wooden bunks, woven mats, and perhaps a few personal belongings tucked neatly away. The soldiers here live modestly, their days filled with routine tasks, their nights spent listening to the forest breathe. You pause for a moment, letting your eyes adjust to the softer light inside the walls. The sun is nearly gone now. Only a thin band of orange remains on the horizon. Stretching like a quiet farewell, the air inside the outpost feels slightly warmer, perhaps from the lingering heat of the day trapped within the wooden walls, or perhaps from the presence of people. The faint smell of cooked grain drifts from the kitchen hut, maybe millet or rice, both common staples in the Han Dynasty. Though millet was more typical in northern regions, rice more common in southern areas. The exact grain here is uncertain, but the scent is comforting, earthy and familiar. A soldier approaches you, his expression relaxed, his posture upright but not rigid. He carries a wooden staff, not as a weapon, but as a tool for walking the forest trails. He welcomes you with a polite nod. Han etiquette values modesty and respect, especially in remote places where every visitor is treated with care. He asks if you have traveled far, his voice gentle, and you answer softly. Feeling the calm atmosphere settle around you like a warm blanket, he gestures toward the barracks, inviting you to rest and prepare for the evening. But before you enter, you take a moment to look around the courtyard again, absorbing every detail. The oil lamps are being lit now. Small clay vessels filled with vegetable oil, usually hemp or rapeseed oil, with a simple wick made from twisted plant fibers. The lamps glow with a steady amber light, not bright, but warm, casting soft shadows on the wooden walls. The soldiers move calmly, their steps slow, their voices low. The outpost is settling into its nightly rhythm, a rhythm shaped by centuries of tradition, shaped by the quiet needs of frontier life, shaped by the forest itself. You notice a rack near the barracks where weapons are stored, mostly simple spears with wooden shafts and iron tips, a few bows made from mulberry wood, and quivers filled with arrows fletched with feathers. These weapons are not meant for grand battles. They are tools for protection, for signaling, for maintaining peace in the forest. The soldiers here are not warriors seeking glory. They are caretakers of the empire's quiet edges. Their work steady, humble, and essential. As you step toward the barracks, the sky shifts again, the last light fading into a soft blue-gray, the first stars appearing faintly above the treetops. The bamboo outside the walls continues its gentle rustling, a sound that seems to follow you, a sound that feels like a companion. The evening is calm, the outpost peaceful, and you feel a sense of belonging, as though you have arrived exactly where you are meant to be, exactly when you are meant to arrive, inside the barracks. The air is warm and smells faintly of wood and woven mats. The interior is simple, with low wooden bunks arranged neatly, each one covered with a straw mat and a folded blanket made from coarse fabric. The blankets are thick enough to keep out the night chill. Though not luxurious, they are practical and well used. A small table stands near the entrance, holding a few bamboo slips, the writing material of the Han Dynasty. Thin strips of bamboo tied together with cords, used for recording daily reports, supply lists, and messages to nearby outposts. The characters carved or brushed onto the slips are neat and orderly, reflecting the disciplined nature of frontier life. You sit on one of the bunks, feeling the firmness of the wooden frame beneath you, the straw mat rustling softly. The oil lamp on the wall flickers gently, casting a warm glow across the room. the soldiers continue their evening tasks outside, their voices drifting in through the open doorway. Calm and steady, the forest hums quietly beyond the walls. The night settling in like a soft blanket. You breathe slowly, letting the tranquility of the moment fill you, letting the ancient world wrap around you. This is your first night at the Han Dynasty Forest Outpost, and though you have only just arrived, the peaceful rhythm of this place already feels familiar, already feels comforting, already feels like a gentle refuge from the world beyond the bamboo. You step back into the quiet courtyard of the Han Dynasty Forest Outpost. The evening light now softened into a gentle blue haze. The oil lamps glowing like small islands of warmth scattered around the wooden structures. The air feels calm against your skin, carrying the faint scent of bamboo leaves cooling in the night air. And as you breathe slowly, you sense that this place is beginning to reveal itself to you, not through grand gestures, but through the steady rhythm of everyday life. A soldier approaches you with an easy stride, his movements unhurried, his expression relaxed. He is dressed in the typical attire of a Han frontier guard, a simple tunic of woven hemp cloth, dyed in muted earth tones, a leather belt wrapped around his waist, and a light lamellar vest made from small rectangular plates tied together with cords. This type of armor was common for soldiers stationed far from major cities. Practical and flexible, offering protection without restricting movement. His hair is tied in a topknot, a style widely used during the Han Dynasty, especially among men serving in the military. He greets you with a polite nod, his voice low and steady, welcoming you as though you are already part of the outpost's quiet rhythm. He introduces himself as Liang, a junior soldier responsible for evening duties, his tone gentle, and he gestures for you to follow him toward the center of the courtyard, where a few other soldiers are finishing their tasks for the day. You walk beside him, your steps slow, the ground firm beneath your feet, the soft rustling of bamboo drifting over the walls like a constant lullaby. Liang explains that the outpost is small, usually staffed by around a dozen soldiers, sometimes more during busy seasons, sometimes fewer when the forest is quiet. Their responsibilities include watching the trails, maintaining the wooden structures, recording reports on bamboo slips, and assisting travelers who pass through this remote region. As you approach the group of soldiers, you notice how their clothing varies slightly. Some wear thicker tunics for warmth. Others have sleeves rolled up from the day's work. A few carry simple tools like wooden mallets or rope, used for repairing the palisade or reinforcing the watchtower. Their weapons rest nearby on a rack, mostly spears with wooden shafts and iron tips, a few bows made from mulberry wood, and quivers filled with arrows fletched with feathers. These weapons are not meant for dramatic battles. They are tools for maintaining peace, for signaling danger, for ensuring that travelers and nearby villagers feel safe in the forest. One soldier, older than the rest, steps forward with a calm smile, his face lined gently from years of sun and wind. His posture upright but relaxed, he introduces himself as Commander Shen, the leader of this outpost. His voice is soft, carrying the steady confidence of someone who has spent many seasons in the forest. He wears a slightly heavier lamellar vest, the plates arranged neatly, and his tunic is of finer weave, though still simple. He carries no weapon at the moment, only a wooden writing tablet tucked under his arm, used for recording daily observations, supply counts, and messages to nearby outposts. He welcomes you warmly, explaining that visitors are rare but always treated with care, especially in remote places where hospitality is essential. Commander Shen invites you to walk with him around the outpost, showing you the daily routines that shape life here. You follow him slowly, the oil lamps casting soft amber light across the wooden walls, the sky deepening into a gentle indigo, the first stars appearing faintly above the treetops. He explains that mornings begin early, often before sunrise, with soldiers sweeping the courtyard, checking the palisade for any damage from wind or wildlife, and preparing simple meals of millet porridge or steamed grain. Depending on supplies, the Han Dynasty relied heavily on millet in many regions. Though rice was also used when available, the exact grain here varies with the season, but the meals are always modest and nourishing. During the day, soldiers patrol the nearby trails, walking through the bamboo forest in pairs, listening for changes in the environment, watching for signs of travelers, hunters, or wandering animals. The forest is home to deer, small boar, and many birds. Though larger predators are rare in this particular region, the soldiers also maintain the outpost structures, repairing roofs, reinforcing beams, and ensuring that the watchtower remains sturdy. The work is steady and practical, shaped by the needs of frontier life rather than the demands of grand military campaigns. Commander Shen pauses near the storage shed, opening the wooden door to show you the supplies inside. The interior is dim, lit only by the soft glow of a nearby lamp. Shelves hold bundles of dried grain, clay jars filled with oil, coils of rope, spare arrow shafts, and a few simple tools. Everything is arranged neatly, reflecting the discipline and care required to maintain a remote outpost. He explains that supply deliveries come only a few times each season, carried by small caravans traveling along forest trails. The soldiers must ration carefully, ensuring that food, oil, and tools last until the next delivery. This rhythm of scarcity and planning is a quiet but constant part of their lives. You step back into the courtyard, feeling the cool evening air settle around you. The soldiers continue their routines, some finishing repairs, others cleaning tools, a few sitting near the barracks doorway, speaking softly among themselves. Their voices low and relaxed. The atmosphere is peaceful, shaped by familiarity and shared responsibility. You notice how they move with ease, comfortable in their roles, comfortable with one another, comfortable with the forest that surrounds them. Liang returns to your side, offering to show you the kitchen hut, a small wooden structure with a slanted roof and a simple clay stove inside. You follow him, the scent of grain lingering in the air, the stove still warm from earlier cooking. A few clay bowls rest on a wooden shelf, along with a ladle carved from bamboo. The Han Dynasty used many bamboo utensils, as bamboo was abundant, durable, and easy to shape. Liang explains that meals are cooked in large clay pots, often simple stews made from grain, vegetables, and occasionally dried meat. Depending on supplies, the soldiers eat together, sharing food and conversation, strengthening their sense of community. As you leave the kitchen hut, you notice a soldier sitting at a small table near the barracks, carving characters onto bamboo slips with a thin brush dipped in ink. The ink is made from soot mixed with water and a binding agent, a common method during the Han Dynasty. The bamboo slips are tied together with cords, forming a small booklet. He is recording the day's observations, noting the weather, the condition of the trails, and the arrival of a traveler, meaning you. His movements are slow and careful, each stroke deliberate, the characters forming neat lines across the smooth bamboo surface. This quiet act of writing is an essential part of frontier life, ensuring that information flows steadily between outposts and regional officials. Commander Shen explains that written reports are sent periodically to nearby administrative centers, carried by messengers who travel through the forest. These reports help maintain order, allowing officials to track supplies, monitor wildlife patterns, and ensure that the outposts remain functional. The Han Dynasty relied heavily on written communication, using bamboo slips and silk for official documents. Though silk was more expensive and used sparingly, bamboo was far more common, especially in remote areas like this one. You walk slowly toward the watchtower, the wooden steps creaking softly beneath your feet. The air cooler as you rise above the courtyard. From the platform, you can see the bamboo forest stretching endlessly in every direction. The leaves shimmering gently in the moonlight. The sound of rustling bamboo drifting upward like a soft whisper. The soldiers below continue their tasks, their movements small and steady. The outpost glowing with warm lamplight. The forest embracing it like a protective cocoon. Commander Shen stands beside you, his posture relaxed, his gaze steady on the horizon. He explains that the watchtower is manned throughout the night, with soldiers rotating shifts to ensure that someone is always listening, always watching. Though danger is rare, the forest is vast, and the outpost serves as a quiet anchor for travelers and nearby villagers. The soldiers take pride in their work, knowing that their presence brings peace to the region. Even if their efforts are rarely noticed by the larger world, you descend the watchtower slowly, feeling the wooden steps beneath your feet, the cool air brushing your skin, the courtyard welcoming you once more with its warm glow. The soldiers begin to gather near the barracks, their evening routines nearly complete, their voices soft, their movements calm. The forest hums gently beyond the walls. The night settling deeper around you, you feel a sense of belonging, as though you have stepped into a quiet rhythm that has existed for centuries. Shaped by the steady hands of ordinary people, Liang offers you a place to sit near the barracks doorway, inviting you to rest before dinner preparations begin. You settle onto a wooden bench, feeling the smooth surface beneath you, the oil lamp flickering softly nearby. The soldiers move around you with quiet familiarity, their presence comforting, their routines steady. The outpost feels alive in a gentle, peaceful way, shaped by the soft sounds of evening, shaped by the forest's slow breath, shaped by the shared purpose of those who live here. The evening settles gently over the Han Dynasty Forest Outpost, the sky deepening into a soft indigo that seems to wrap itself around the wooden walls like a comforting cloak. You step slowly into the courtyard, feeling the coolness of the air brushing against your skin. The oil lamps flicker softly, their warm amber glow spreading across the ground in gentle pools of light, each flame swaying with the faintest movement of air, as though breathing along with the forest itself. The soldiers begin their evening preparations with quiet familiarity, their movements slow and unhurried, shaped by routine and the peaceful rhythm of frontier life. You watch as Liang and two others walk toward the kitchen hut, their footsteps soft on the packed earth, their voices low and calm, the kind of voices that seem to blend seamlessly with the rustling bamboo beyond the walls. The forest hums steadily. It sounds gentle and soothing, creating a natural backdrop for everything happening within the outpost. Inside the kitchen hut, the clay stove still holds a lingering warmth from earlier cooking. The soldiers gather around it, preparing to make the evening meal. The Han Dynasty diet in remote regions often centered around millet, barley, or rice depending on availability. And tonight the soldiers have chosen millet, a grain that cooks easily and carries a warm, earthy aroma. Liang pours water into a clay pot, the water catching the lamplight in soft ripples. He adds handfuls of millet, each grain falling with a faint whisper. The pot placed carefully onto the stove, where the heat begins to rise slowly. You sit on a small wooden stool near the doorway, watching the preparations unfold. The air inside the hut is warm and comforting, filled with the scent of grain and the faint smoky fragrance of the clay stove. The soldiers move with practiced ease, one stirring the pot with a bamboo ladle, another slicing dried vegetables with a small bronze knife. The vegetables are simple, perhaps dried radish or leafy greens preserved from earlier seasons, their colors muted but still carrying the memory of sunlight and soil. The knife glides through them with soft rhythmic motions, each slice falling gently onto a wooden board. The oil lamp on the shelf casts a warm glow across the soldiers' faces, highlighting the calm concentration in their eyes. The Han Dynasty used lamps made from clay or bronze, filled with vegetable oil and lit with wicks twisted from plant fibers. The light they produce is steady and gentle, perfect for quiet evenings like this. The lamp's flame sways slightly as the soldiers move, creating soft shifting shadows that dance across the walls. The atmosphere is peaceful, shaped by the simple act of preparing food together. Liang adds the sliced vegetables to the pot, stirring slowly, the mixture thickening as the millet absorbs the water. The aroma grows richer, filling the hut with a comforting warmth. You breathe deeply, letting the scent settle into your senses, feeling it soften your thoughts. The soldiers speak quietly among themselves, their voices blending with the crackling of the stove. Their words simple, discussing the day's patrol, the condition of the trails, and the arrival of a traveler. Meaning you, their tone is gentle, carrying no urgency. Only the steady calm of shared routine. Outside the hut, the courtyard glows softly under the lamplight, the sky now fully dark, the stars appearing faintly above the treetops. The bamboo forest sways gently in the night breeze, its leaves brushing against one another in long, soothing sighs. The sound is steady and rhythmic. Like a natural lullaby, you step outside for a moment, letting the cool air touch your face. The forest feels alive, yet peaceful, its presence comforting, its vastness softened by the gentle sounds of night. Commander Shen stands near the barracks, speaking quietly with two soldiers. His posture relaxed, his expression thoughtful. He notices you and offers a calm nod, inviting you to join them if you wish. You walk slowly toward him, your steps soft, the ground cool beneath your feet. He explains that evening is a time for reflection, for reviewing the day's tasks, and for preparing for the quiet hours ahead. The soldiers listen attentively, their faces illuminated by the warm glow of the nearby lamp, their eyes calm, their bodies relaxed after a long day of work. The commander speaks about the importance of maintaining the outpost, not for glory or recognition, but for the quiet stability it brings to the region. He mentions that many travelers pass through these forests, merchants carrying goods, villagers seeking new settlements, hunters following wildlife trails, each one relying on the outpost for safety and guidance. The soldiers here serve as caretakers of the forest's edges, their work humble but essential, their presence a gentle reassurance to all who wander these remote paths. As the conversation continues, Lang steps out of the kitchen hut, calling softly that dinner is ready, his voice warm and inviting. The soldiers begin to gather near the hut, their movements slow and relaxed. You follow them inside, the air warm and fragrant, the pot of millet stew resting on the stove, its surface shimmering softly in the lamplight. The soldiers take clay bowls from the shelf, each one simple and unadorned, shaped by hand, carrying the marks of the potter's fingers. They ladle the stew into the bowls, the steam rising gently, carrying the comforting scent of grain and vegetables. You receive a bowl as well, the warmth spreading through your hands. The surface of the stew smooth and thick. You sit on the wooden stool again, the soldiers settling around you, some sitting on low benches, others standing near the doorway. The atmosphere is calm and communal, shaped by the shared meal, shaped by the quiet companionship of those who live and work together in this remote place. You take a slow sip, the flavor mild and earthy, the warmth spreading through your chest, easing the coolness of the night air. The soldiers eat quietly, their movements slow, their expressions peaceful. The oil lamp flickers gently, casting soft light across their faces. The forest hums steadily outside, the bamboo leaves rustling in long, soothing breaths. The night feels deep and calm, the outpost wrapped in a cocoon of gentle sounds and warm lamplight. You feel yourself settling deeper into the moment, your thoughts slowing, your senses softening, the ancient world embracing you with its quiet simplicity. After the meal, the soldiers clean the bowls with water from a clay jar. Their movements unhurried, the sound of water splashing softly, the bowls placed neatly back onto the shelf. Liang stirs the remaining embers in the stove, ensuring they fade safely, the warmth in the hut slowly diminishing, replaced by the cool night air drifting in through the doorway. The soldiers step outside, their silhouettes calm against the lamplight, their voices low as they speak about the tasks of the night watch. You follow them into the courtyard, the sky above now filled with faint stars, the moon rising slowly, its pale light brushing the tops of the bamboo forest. The oil lamps glow steadily, their flames small but warm. The soldiers begin lighting additional lamps along the walls, preparing the outpost for the night. Each lamp placed carefully, each flame lit with gentle precision, the light spreading across the wooden structures in soft amber waves, creating a peaceful atmosphere that feels both ancient and timeless. Commander Shen walks toward the gate, checking the wooden beams, ensuring they are secure. His movements slow and deliberate, he pauses to listen to the forest. His eyes calm, his posture relaxed. He explains that the night watch is not meant to be tense or fearful. It is simply a time for listening, for observing the natural rhythms of the forest, for ensuring that the outpost remains a quiet refuge for all who pass through. The soldiers rotate shifts, each one spending a few hours on the watchtower, their presence steady and reassuring. You stand near the center of the courtyard, feeling the cool night air settle around you, the lamps glowing softly, the forest humming gently, the soldiers moving with quiet purpose. The outpost feels peaceful, shaped by centuries of tradition, shaped by the steady hands of ordinary people, shaped by the gentle rhythm of evening routines. You breathe slowly, letting the calm atmosphere wrap around you like a warm blanket, feeling yourself drift deeper into the ancient world. Liang approaches you once more, his expression warm, his voice soft. He tells you that the outpost is now fully prepared for the night, the lamps lit, the meal finished, the soldiers ready for their quiet duties. He gestures toward the barracks, inviting you to rest or simply wander the courtyard as you wish. The night is calm, the forest peaceful, the outpost safe. You feel a sense of belonging, as though you have become part of the gentle rhythm of this place. And now, as the lamps glow softly and the forest settles into its quiet nocturnal breath, your journey continues. The night watch begins with a gentle quietness that settles over the Han Dynasty Forest Outpost like a soft blanket. The sky above deepens into a velvety darkness, the moon rising slowly until its pale glow rests upon the tops of the bamboo forest, each slender stalk swaying in long, slow motions, the leaves brushing against one another with a soothing whisper. You step into the courtyard, feeling the cool night air wrap around you, the oil lamps glowing softly along the wooden walls, their amber light steady and warm, creating small islands of comfort in the vastness of the night. The soldiers move calmly as they prepare for their watch, their footsteps soft on the packed earth, their voices low and peaceful. Liang approaches you with a gentle nod, his lamellar vest catching a faint shimmer from the lamplight. He explains that the night watch is not meant to be tense or fearful. It is simply a time for listening, for observing the natural rhythms of the forest, for ensuring that the outpost remains a quiet refuge for travelers and villagers who depend on its presence. His tone is soothing, shaped by years of living in harmony with the forest's nocturnal breath. Commander Shen stands near the gate, his posture relaxed, his expression thoughtful. He carries a small bamboo slip tucked into his belt, used for noting anything unusual during the night. Though such occurrences are rare in this peaceful region, he gestures toward the watchtower, inviting you to join the soldiers as they begin their quiet vigil. You walk slowly beside him, your steps soft, the cool air brushing gently against your skin, the forest humming steadily beyond the walls, its sounds blending into a calming symphony of rustling leaves and distant night birds. The wooden steps of the watchtower creak softly beneath your feet, each step rising into the cool night air. The oil lamp at the base flickers gently, its flame swaying with the faint breeze. You reach the platform and pause, letting the vastness of the forest settle into your senses. The bamboo stretches endlessly in every direction, its tall, slender stalks shimmering under the moonlight, the leaves moving in long, slow waves, the sound soft and rhythmic. Like a natural lullaby, it seems to soothe every thought within you. Ling stands beside you, his gaze steady on the horizon. He explains that the soldiers rotate shifts throughout the night, each one spending a few hours on the watchtower, listening to the forest, watching the trails, ensuring that the outpost remains safe and calm. He points out the faint outline of a distant ridge, barely visible under the moonlight. He tells you that beyond that ridge lies another small outpost, connected by narrow forest paths. The soldiers occasionally send messages between the two, carried on bamboo slips tied neatly with cords. The communication simple, but essential for maintaining quiet order in the region. You lean against the wooden railing, feeling its smooth surface beneath your hands, the coolness of the night air settling around you, the moonlight brushing softly across your face. The forest below sways gently, its movements slow and calming. The soldiers on the ground move quietly, lighting additional lamps along the walls, checking the gate, speaking softly among themselves. Their silhouettes warm against the amber glow, their presence steady and reassuring. The outpost feels like a small island of peace in the vastness of the ancient world. Liang tells you that the forest changes character at night, not in a dramatic or frightening way, but in a gentle shift of rhythm. The daytime sounds of birds and insects fade, replaced by the soft rustling of bamboo and the occasional distant call of nocturnal animals. Perhaps a deer moving through the undergrowth, or a small boar searching for food. These sounds are natural and familiar to the soldiers, part of the nightly symphony that has accompanied their watch for countless evenings. You listen closely, letting the sounds settle into your senses, feeling them soften your thoughts, feeling them ease you deeper into the moment. Commander Shen climbs the watchtower steps, his movements slow and steady. He joins you in Liang on the platform, his gaze sweeping calmly across the forest. He speaks softly about the importance of the night watch, not because danger is expected, but because the forest deserves respect. Its rhythms deserve attention. Its quiet beauty deserves to be witnessed. He explains that the soldiers have learned to read the subtle signs of the forest, the way the bamboo sways, the way the wind moves through the leaves, the way the distant wildlife calls, each sound carrying meaning, each movement part of the ancient language of the land. You stand quietly beside him, feeling the peacefulness of his words settle into your thoughts. The forest below sways gently, the moonlight shimmering across the leaves, the outpost glowing softly with lamplight, the soldiers moving with calm purpose. The night feels deep and serene, shaped by centuries of tradition, shaped by the steady hands of ordinary people who have watched over these forests for generations. You breathe slowly, letting the tranquility of the moment wrap around you like a warm blanket, feeling yourself drift deeper into the ancient world. Liang points toward a small clearing beyond the walls, barely visible under the moonlight. He explains that the soldiers sometimes gather there during warmer nights, sitting quietly to listen to the forest, sharing stories of their families, their villages, their memories of childhood. These conversations are gentle and unhurried, shaped by the peaceful rhythm of frontier life. He tells you that many soldiers come from small farming communities, their lives shaped by the cycles of planting and harvest. Their hands familiar with both tools and weapons, their hearts steady and humble. You imagine them sitting in the clearing, their voices soft, their stories blending with the rustling bamboo, creating a tapestry of quiet companionship. Commander Shen speaks about the wildlife that inhabits the forest. Deer moving gracefully through the undergrowth, small boar rooting gently near the streams, birds nesting high in the bamboo, their calls echoing softly through the night. He explains that larger predators are rare in this region, though occasionally a lone wolf or leopard might wander near the trails. The soldiers respect these animals, understanding that they are part of the natural balance of the forest. They observe them quietly, never disturbing their movements, never interfering with their lives. The forest is a shared home, and the soldiers treat it with care. You listen to his words, feeling the gentle wisdom in them. The forest below sways softly, the moonlight shimmering across the leaves, the outpost glowing with warm lamplight. The soldiers moving with quiet purpose. The night feels calm and timeless. Shaped by the steady rhythm of ancient life, you breathe slowly, letting the peacefulness settle deeper into your senses. Feeling yourself drift further into the moment, feeling the ancient world embrace you with its quiet beauty. Liang steps down from the watchtower, preparing to begin his patrol around the walls. He invites you to join him if you wish, his voice soft and welcoming. You follow him down the wooden steps, your movements slow, the cool night air brushing gently against your skin. The courtyard below, glowing softly with lamplight. The soldiers moving quietly, their silhouettes warm against the amber glow. The forest humming steadily beyond the walls, its sound soothing and rhythmic. You walk beside Lang along the inner edge of the palisade, the wooden beams rising tall above you, their surfaces smooth and weathered from years of sun and rain. The oil lamps cast gentle light across the ground, creating soft shadows that sway with the movement of the flames. Liang explains that the patrol is simple, a quiet walk around the outpost, listening to the forest, observing the night, ensuring that everything remains peaceful. His tone is calm, shaped by familiarity and routine. His footsteps slow and steady, blending seamlessly with the rhythm of the night. You pause near the gate, feeling the cool night air drift through the small gaps between the wooden beams. The forest beyond swaying gently, the moonlight shimmering across the leaves, the bamboo moving in long, slow waves, the sound soft and soothing. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the sound settle into your senses, feeling it ease your thoughts, feeling it soften your breath. The night feels deep and serene, the outpost wrapped in a cocoon of gentle sounds and warm lamplight. Liang continues his patrol, his movements calm, his presence steady. You follow him slowly, feeling the peacefulness of the moment settle deeper into your thoughts. The soldiers nearby speak softly, their voices blending with the rustling bamboo. The oil lamps glow steadily, their flames swaying gently. The forest hums in long, soothing breaths. The night watch unfolding with quiet grace, shaped by centuries of tradition, shaped by the steady hands of ordinary people who have watched over these forests for generations. And now, as the moon rises higher and the bamboo sways in long, gentle motions, your journey continues. The peaceful sounds of the forest deepen as the night settles fully around the Han Dynasty Outpost, the moon now high above the bamboo canopy, its pale light brushing softly across the tops of the swaying leaves, each movement slow and rhythmic, creating a gentle whisper that seems to drift through the air like a soothing breath. You step into the courtyard once more, feeling the coolness of the night wrap around you. The oil lamps glowing steadily along the wooden walls, their amber light warm and comforting, casting soft shadows that sway with the movement of the flames. The soldiers have gathered near a small fire pit at the center of the courtyard, the flames low and calm, rising only a little above the rim of the clay basin. The fire is not meant for heat or cooking, but simply for companionship, a gentle glow that brings the soldiers together during the quiet hours of the night. You walk toward them slowly, your footsteps soft on the packed earth, the cool air brushing lightly against your skin, the forest humming steadily beyond the walls, its sounds blending with the crackling of the fire in a peaceful harmony. Liang sits on a low wooden stool, his posture relaxed, his lamellar vest reflecting faint glimmers of firelight. He gestures for you to join them, his voice soft and welcoming. You settle onto a stool beside him, feeling the smooth wood beneath you, the warmth of the fire touching your hands. The soldiers speak quietly among themselves, their voices low and gentle, shaped by the calm rhythm of the night, their words drifting through the air like soft threads woven into the tapestry of the forest's nocturnal breath. One soldier, named Wei, begins speaking about the wildlife that moves through the forest at night, his tone peaceful, his eyes reflecting the firelight. He describes the distant calls of night birds, their voices echoing softly through the bamboo, sometimes rising in gentle trills, sometimes fading into quiet murmurs. He mentions the small animals that wander near the streams, deer stepping lightly through the undergrowth, their movements barely audible, small boar rooting gently in the soil, their presence familiar and comforting to those who have lived many seasons in the forest. You listen closely, letting his words settle into your senses, feeling them soften your thoughts, feeling them ease you deeper into the moment. Another soldier, named Jun, speaks about the sound of the wind moving through the bamboo. He explains that the forest has different voices depending on the season. In spring, the leaves rustle with a lively brightness. In summer, they sway with long, warm sighs. In autumn, they whisper with a crisp, gentle tone. And in winter, they move with a quiet, brittle hush. Tonight, the sound is soft and steady, shaped by the warm season, shaped by the calmness of the night. The bamboo sways in slow, rhythmic waves, the leaves brushing against one another in soothing whispers. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the sound drift through you, feeling it ease your breath, feeling it settle your thoughts. Commander Shen sits across from you, his posture upright but relaxed, his expression thoughtful. He speaks about the importance of listening to the forest, not for danger, but for understanding. He explains that the forest has its own rhythm, its own language, its own quiet wisdom. The soldiers have learned to read its subtle signs, the way the wind shifts, the way the leaves move, the way the distant wildlife calls, each sound carrying meaning, each movement part of the ancient harmony that shapes life in this region. You feel the gentle weight of his words, their calmness settling into your senses like a warm blanket. The fire crackles softly, sending small sparks upward that fade quickly into the night air. The soldiers sit quietly, their faces illuminated by the warm glow, their expressions peaceful, their bodies relaxed after the day's work. The forest hums steadily beyond the walls, the bamboo swaying in long, soothing motions, the moonlight shimmering across the leaves. The outpost feels like a small island of calm in the vastness of the ancient world. You breathe slowly, letting the tranquility of the moment wrap around you, feeling yourself drift deeper into the gentle rhythm of the night. Liang begins speaking about his home village, a small farming community nestled near a river. He describes the fields of millet that stretch across the land, the way the stalks sway in the wind, the way the farmers work together during planting and harvest, their movements steady and practiced, their voices carrying across the fields in soft calls. He speaks about the simple meals shared at dusk, the warmth of family gatherings, the quiet companionship of neighbors. His words gentle and nostalgic, carrying the peaceful memory of a life shaped by the cycles of nature. You imagine the village, its fields glowing under the sun, its river flowing calmly, its people moving with quiet purpose. The image settling into your thoughts like a soft dream. Jun speaks next, describing his childhood near a mountain pass. He recalls the sound of wind sweeping through the rocky slopes, the way the pine trees swayed in long, slow motions, their needles brushing together in crisp whispers. He remembers gathering firewood with his siblings, their laughter echoing through the valley. He speaks about the small shrine near the pass, tended by an elderly caretaker who taught him to respect the land, to listen to its rhythms, to move gently through its paths. His voice carries a quiet reverence, shaped by the memory of those early lessons. You feel the calmness of his words, their peacefulness settling into your senses. The soldiers continue sharing small stories, each one gentle, each one shaped by the quiet simplicity of everyday life. They speak about their families, their villages, their memories of childhood. Their voices soft, their words drifting through the air like warm threads woven into the night. The fire crackles softly. The bamboo sways in long, soothing motions. The moonlight shimmers across the leaves. The outpost glows with warm lamplight. The forest hums steadily. The night feels deep and serene, shaped by centuries of tradition, shaped by the steady hands of ordinary people who have lived in harmony with the land. You sit quietly among them, feeling the peacefulness of their stories settle into your thoughts. The fire warming your hands, the cool night air brushing gently against your face, the forest's nocturnal breath drifting through the courtyard in soft waves, the soldiers' voices blending with the rustling bamboo, creating a gentle symphony that seems to ease every thought within you. You breathe slowly, letting the calmness wrap around you, feeling yourself drift deeper into the ancient world, feeling the quiet companionship of the soldiers settle into your senses like a warm blanket. The fire glows softly in the center of the courtyard, its light warm and gentle, rising in small flickers that dance quietly against the wooden walls. The soldiers sit in a relaxed circle, their bodies at ease, their voices drifting through the night in calm tones. You feel the peacefulness of their presence, the quiet companionship that grows naturally in places far from the noise of towns and markets. The forest beyond the walls hums steadily, the bamboo swaying in long soothing motions, the moonlight brushing softly across the leaves like a silver veil. Liang leans forward slightly, his hands resting loosely on his knees. He begins speaking about the way the forest changes after midnight, not in a dramatic way, but in a gentle shift of rhythm. He explains that the wind becomes softer, the bamboo moves in slower waves, the wildlife grows quieter, as though the entire forest is settling into a deeper layer of rest. His voice carries a calm certainty, shaped by many seasons spent listening to these nocturnal patterns. You imagine the bamboo moving in long, slow breaths, each motion steady and comforting, each whisper easing the mind. Wei adds a small memory from a previous year, describing a night when fireflies drifted through the courtyard, their tiny lights flickering like wandering stars. He recalls how the soldiers watched them in silence, their faces softened by the gentle glow, their thoughts quiet, their hearts calm. He speaks about how moments like that remind him of the beauty found in simple things, the kind of beauty that does not demand attention, but reveals itself slowly to those who sit still long enough to notice. His voice blends with the crackling fire, creating a soft harmony that settles easily into your senses. Jun speaks next, describing the distant sound of a stream that runs beyond the bamboo forest. He says that on very quiet nights, when the wind is gentle and the forest is still, the soldiers can hear the faint murmur of water moving over stones, a soft rhythmic sound that feels almost like a lullaby carried through the trees. He explains that the stream is small, fed by mountain runoff, its presence known more by sound than sight. You imagine the water flowing calmly, its voice blending with the rustling bamboo, creating a peaceful symphony that drifts through the night air. Commander Shen listens with a calm expression, his eyes reflecting the firelight. He speaks about how these quiet conversations help the soldiers feel connected, not only to one another, but to the land itself. He says that the forest becomes a companion during long nights. It sounds familiar, its rhythm steady, its presence comforting. His voice carries a gentle wisdom shaped by years of watching over this remote outpost. You feel the peaceful weight of his words settle into your thoughts. Easing your breath, softening your senses, the fire crackles softly again, sending a faint warmth across your hands. The bamboo sways in long rhythmic motions, the moonlight shimmering across the leaves. The quiet midnight patrol begins with a gentle stillness settling over the Han Dynasty Forest Outpost. The fire in the courtyard now reduced to soft glowing embers. The oil lamps along the wooden walls flickering in slow, steady motions, their amber light warm and comforting against the cool night air. You step toward the gate with Lang and two other soldiers, their movements calm, their voices low, the forest beyond the walls humming in long, soothing breaths, the bamboo swaying under the moonlight in slow, rhythmic waves, each leaf brushing softly against another, creating a whisper that seems to drift through the night like a calming lullaby. Commander Shen stands near the gate, his posture relaxed, his expression thoughtful. He carries a small bamboo slip tucked into his belt. Though he expects nothing unusual tonight, he speaks softly, reminding the soldiers that the midnight patrol is not meant to be tense. It is simply a quiet walk beyond the walls, a way to listen to the forest, to observe its nocturnal rhythm, to ensure that the trails remain peaceful. His voice carries a gentle wisdom shaped by many seasons spent watching over this remote outpost. You feel the calmness of his words settle into your senses, easing your breath, softening your thoughts. Liang pushes the gate open slowly, the wooden beams shifting with a soft creak, the cool night air drifting inside like a gentle wave. You step beyond the walls, the forest opening before you in a vast expanse of moonlit bamboo, the stalks rising tall and slender, their surfaces shimmering faintly under the pale glow, the leaves moving in long, slow motions, the sound soft and soothing, the earth beneath your feet cool and firm, covered with fallen leaves that rustle gently with each step. The air carries the faint scent of bamboo sap and damp soil, a fragrance that feels ancient and calming. Settling into your senses like a soft blanket, the soldiers walk in a loose formation, their footsteps quiet, their movements unhurried, their lamellar vests reflecting small glimmers of moonlight. They carry simple weapons, not in anticipation of danger, but as part of their routine. Spears with wooden shafts and iron tips, bows made from mulberry wood, quivers filled with arrows fletched with feathers. These tools feel more like extensions of their daily lives than instruments of conflict. The forest is peaceful, its wildlife gentle, its rhythms steady. The soldiers move with familiarity, shaped by countless nights spent walking these trails. Lang gestures for you to follow a narrow path that winds through the bamboo, the trail pressed smooth by years of footsteps from soldiers, messengers, and wandering villagers. The path curves gently, leading deeper into the forest, the moonlight filtering through the leaves in soft silver patches, the shadows shifting slowly with the movement of the bamboo, the air cool against your skin, the forest humming in long, soothing breaths, each sound blending into a peaceful symphony that seems to ease every thought within you. Wei, walking just ahead, speaks softly about the wildlife that moves through the forest at night. He mentions deer that wander near the streams, their movements graceful and quiet, small boar that root gently in the soil, their presence familiar and comforting. He explains that the soldiers often see their tracks along the trails, faint impressions in the earth that tell small stories of nocturnal wanderings. His voice blends with the rustling bamboo, creating a gentle harmony that settles easily into your senses. You imagine the deer moving through the undergrowth, their silhouettes soft under the moonlight, their steps barely audible, their presence peaceful and calm. Jun pauses near a cluster of tall bamboo stalks. Placing his hand gently against one of them, he explains that bamboo is deeply rooted in Han culture, used for tools, writing slips, utensils, and even simple musical instruments. He speaks about how the soldiers sometimes carve small flutes from fallen bamboo, creating gentle melodies during quiet evenings. His voice carries a calm reverence for the material, shaped by years of living in harmony with the forest. You imagine the smooth surface of bamboo, its strength and flexibility, its quiet presence shaping the daily lives of those who dwell in these remote regions. The path leads to a small clearing where the moonlight falls more openly, illuminating the ground in a soft silver glow. The soldiers pause here, listening to the forest, their breaths slow, their bodies relaxed. The bamboo surrounding the clearing sways in long rhythmic motions, the leaves brushing together in soothing whispers, the air cool and still. Carrying the faint scent of moss and damp earth, you stand quietly among them, feeling the peacefulness of the moment settle deeper into your senses, easing your thoughts, softening your breath, the ancient world embracing you with its gentle nocturnal rhythm. Liang points toward a distant ridge barely visible under the moonlight. He explains that beyond it lies another small outpost, connected by narrow forest trails. The soldiers occasionally send messages between the two, carried on bamboo slips tied neatly with cords. The communication's simple, but essential for maintaining quiet order in the region. His voice is calm, shaped by familiarity with the land, shaped by the steady rhythm of frontier life. You imagine the ridge rising gently, the trails winding through the bamboo, the distant outpost glowing softly under its own lamps. Another island of peace in the vastness of the forest. The soldiers begin walking again, their footsteps soft, their movements slow, the forest humming steadily around them, the bamboo swaying in long, soothing motions, the moonlight shimmering across the leaves. The night feels deep and serene, shaped by centuries of tradition, shaped by the steady hands of ordinary people who have watched over these forests for generations. You breathe slowly, letting the tranquility of the moment wrap around you, feeling yourself drift deeper into the ancient world, feeling the quiet companionship of the soldiers settle into your senses like a warm blanket. The midnight patrol continues deeper into the bamboo forest, the path narrowing slightly as the tall stalks lean inward, their leaves brushing gently against one another in long, soothing whispers. The moonlight filters through the canopy in soft silver patches, creating shifting patterns on the ground that move with the slow rhythm of the night breeze. You walk beside Liang, your footsteps quiet on the cool earth, the air carrying the faint scent of moss and fresh bamboo, a fragrance that feels ancient and calming, settling into your senses like a soft blanket. Wei pauses near a fallen bamboo stalk, its surface smooth and pale under the moonlight. He kneels to examine it, running his fingers gently along the grain. He explains that bamboo falls naturally during certain seasons, weakened by age or wind, and the soldiers often collect these fallen pieces to use for tools, writing slips or simple repairs around the outpost. His voice is calm, shaped by familiarity with the land, shaped by years of living in harmony with the forest's quiet offerings. You imagine the soldiers carrying bamboo back to the outpost, their movements slow and steady, their hands guided by the gentle rhythm of nightly tasks. Jun gestures toward a small stream just beyond the trail, its faint murmur drifting through the bamboo like a distant lullaby. He explains that the stream flows from the mountains, its water cool and clear, feeding the forest and the wildlife that wander through it. He says that on very quiet nights, the soldiers can hear the water moving over stones, even from the outpost walls. A soft rhythmic sound that blends with the rustling leaves, creating a peaceful harmony that settles easily into the mind. You imagine the stream flowing calmly, its surface shimmering under the moonlight, its voice gentle and soothing. Liang leads the group toward a small rise in the terrain, the path curving gently upward, the bamboo opening slightly to reveal a broader view of the forest. From here, the moonlight stretches across the treetops in a soft silver glow, the leaves swaying in long, slow motions, the forest humming in steady breaths. The soldiers pause for a moment, their silhouettes calm against the moonlit backdrop, their bodies relaxed, their senses attuned to the quiet rhythm of the land. You stand among them, feeling the peacefulness of the moments settle deeper into your thoughts. Easing your breath, softening your senses, Commander Shen's earlier words echo gently in your mind. His reminder that the midnight patrol is not about searching for danger, but about honoring the forest, listening to its rhythms. Moving gently through its paths, the soldiers embody this wisdom as they continue walking. Their footsteps soft, their voices low, their presence blending seamlessly with the nocturnal harmony around them. The bamboo sways, the stream murmurs. The moonlight shimmers, the night feels deep and serene, shaped by centuries of quiet guardianship, shaped by the steady hands of ordinary people who have watched over these trails for generations. The patrol begins its slow return toward the outpost, the path familiar, the forest welcoming, the bamboo whispering softly as you pass. The soldiers move with calm purpose, their silhouettes steady under the moonlight, their breaths slow and even. You feel the tranquility of the night wrap around you, guiding you gently back toward the wooden walls, preparing you for the next quiet chapter of your journey. The quiet return to the outpost begins with a gentle shift in the forest's rhythm, the bamboo swaying in long, slow motions as Liang and the other soldiers guide you back along the moonlit trail. The earth cool beneath your feet, the leaves rustling softly with each step, the air carrying the faint scent of moss and fresh bamboo, a fragrance that feels ancient and calming, settling into your senses like a soft blanket. The moon hangs high above the canopy, its pale glow brushing across the tops of the swaying stalks, creating silver ripples that move with the night breeze. As you walk, the soldiers speak softly among themselves, their voices blending with the forest's nocturnal breath. Wei mentions how the forest always feels different on the return journey, not because anything has changed, but because the mind grows quieter after walking through the moonlit bamboo. He says the forest seems to breathe more slowly, its whispers gentler, its presence deeper. His voice carries a calm certainty, shaped by many seasons spent moving through these trails. You feel the truth of his words settling into your thoughts, easing your breath, softening your senses. Jun pauses near a cluster of tall bamboo stalks, placing his hand gently against one of them. He explains that the soldiers often stop here during their patrols, not for any official reason, but simply to listen. He says that the bamboo in this part of the forest has a unique tone, its leaves brushing together in a slightly lower whisper, creating a soothing hum that feels almost like a quiet chant. He closes his eyes for a moment, letting the sound drift through him. You do the same, feeling the gentle vibration of the forest settle into your senses, easing every thought within you. Liang leads the group onward, the path widening slightly as you approach the outpost, the wooden walls rising in the distance, their silhouettes warm under the glow of the oil lamps. The outpost feels like a small island of comfort in the vastness of the forest, its presence steady and reassuring, shaped by the hands of ordinary people who have tended it for generations. The soldiers walk with calm purpose, their lamellar vests reflecting faint glimmers of moonlight, their footsteps soft on the cool earth. their breath slow and even as you step through the gate. The warm amber glow of the lamps wraps around you like a gentle embrace. The courtyard quiet, except for the soft crackling of the remaining embers in the fire pit. The air inside the walls feels slightly warmer, carrying the faint scent of cooked grain and burning oil. The soldiers move with relaxed familiarity, their bodies easing into the calm rhythm of the outpost. Their voices low and peaceful, blending with the rustling bamboo beyond the walls. Commander Shen stands near the barracks, his posture upright but relaxed, his expression thoughtful. He greets you with a gentle nod, his voice soft as he asks how the patrol felt. You answer quietly, describing the peacefulness of the forest, the soothing rhythm of the bamboo, the calm presence of the moonlit trails. He listens with a warm expression, his eyes reflecting the lamplight. He says that the forest has a way of easing the mind, of settling the heart, of reminding those who walk through it of the quiet beauty found in simple things. His words carry a gentle wisdom shaped by many seasons spent watching over this remote outpost. Liang gestures for you to follow him into the barracks. The interior, warm and dimly lit by a single oil lamp, its flame swaying gently, casting soft shadows across the wooden walls. The air smells faintly of straw mats and ink, the soldiers' belongings neatly arranged along the bunks. Woven blankets folded carefully, small wooden boxes tucked beneath the frames. Bamboo slips stacked on a low table, each one tied neatly with cords, the atmosphere calm and orderly, shaped by routine and quiet discipline. Wei sits at the table, preparing to write the nightly report. He dips a thin brush into a small inkstone. The ink made from soot mixed with water, a common method during the Han Dynasty. He lifts a bamboo slip, its surface smooth and pale. He begins brushing characters onto it with slow, deliberate strokes, each movement steady, each line precise. The soft sound of the brush gliding across the bamboo, blending with the gentle hum of the oil lamp. You watch him work, feeling the peacefulness of the moment settle deeper into your senses. Jun sorts through a small bundle of bamboo slips, checking the cords, ensuring that each slip is clean and ready for future writing. He explains that written reports are essential for maintaining order among the outposts, messages carried by messengers who travel through the forest, connecting distant stations, sharing information about supplies, weather, wildlife, and travelers. He speaks with quiet pride, his voice calm, his movements steady, shaped by the importance of these simple tasks. You imagine the messengers walking through the bamboo, their steps soft, their presence blending with the forest's nocturnal rhythm. Liang sits on a low stool near the wall, removing his lamellar vest and placing it carefully beside his bunk. He stretches his arms slowly, his muscles relaxing after the long patrol. He speaks softly about how the night always feels different after returning from the forest. He says the outpost seems warmer, the lamps brighter, the air gentler, as though the forest's calmness follows the soldiers back inside the walls, settling into the wooden beams, blending with the quiet routines of the night. His voice carries a peaceful certainty, shaped by countless evenings spent moving between the forest and the outpost. Commander Shen enters the barracks. Carrying a small wooden box, he places it on the table, opening it to reveal a set of fresh bamboo slips. He explains that these will be used for tomorrow's reports, their surfaces smooth and ready for ink. He speaks about the importance of maintaining clear records, not for glory or recognition, but for the quiet stability they bring to the region. His voice calm, his presence steady, his movements slow and deliberate. You feel the gentle weight of his words settle into your thoughts, easing your breath, softening your senses. The soldiers continue their quiet tasks, their movements unhurried, their voices low, the oil lamp flickering softly, casting warm light across the room. The forest hums gently beyond the walls, the bamboo swaying in long, soothing motions. The night feels deep and serene, shaped by centuries of tradition, shaped by the steady hands of ordinary people who have watched over these forests for generations. You breathe slowly, letting the tranquility of the moment wrap around you, feeling yourself drift deeper into the ancient world, feeling the quiet companionship of the soldiers settle into your senses like a soft blanket. The barracks grows quieter as the soldiers finish their nightly tasks, the oil lamp flickering softly, casting warm amber light across the wooden walls. The air feels calm and still, carrying the faint scent of straw mats and cooling embers from the courtyard fire. You sit near Lang, who has settled onto his bunk with a relaxed posture, his breathing slow and steady, shaped by the peaceful rhythm of the night. The forest beyond the walls hums gently, the bamboo swaying in long, soothing motions, each whisper drifting through the air like a soft lullaby. Wei places the finished bamboo slip onto a neat stack, tying the bundle with a thin cord, his movements careful and deliberate. He explains that the report will be sent to the nearby outpost at dawn, carried by a messenger who knows the forest paths well. His voice is low and calm, blending with the gentle hum of the oil lamp. You imagine the messenger walking through the early morning bamboo, the sunlight filtering through the leaves, the forest waking slowly, its rhythm shifting from night to day in quiet harmony. Jun stretches his arms and sits on the edge of his bunk, his expression peaceful. He speaks softly about how the night always feels longest just before rest. When the tasks are done, when the forest has settled, when the outpost grows still, he says this stillness is comforting, a reminder that the land is calm, that the soldiers are safe, that the rhythm of the forest continues without interruption. His voice carries a gentle warmth, shaped by many seasons spent living in harmony with the bamboo and the quiet routines of frontier life. Commander Shen steps outside for a moment, checking the courtyard, ensuring the lamps are steady, ensuring the gate is secure, ensuring the embers are fading safely. His silhouette calm against the moonlit sky, his presence steady and reassuring. When he returns, he speaks softly, saying that the night has been peaceful, that the forest is quiet, that the outpost can rest. His words settle into the room like a soft blanket, easing every thought within you. The soldiers begin lying down on their straw mats, their breaths slow, their bodies relaxing. The oil lamp flickers gently, the bamboo whispers beyond the walls. The night deepens into a serene stillness, wrapping the outpost in calm, guiding you softly toward the next part of your journey. The deep night settles fully over the outpost, wrapping every wooden beam and every bamboo stalk in a calm stillness. The oil lamps glow softly along the courtyard walls, their amber light steady and warm, casting gentle shadows that sway with the faint movement of the flames. The soldiers lie resting on their straw mats, their breaths slow and even, their bodies softened by the quiet rhythm of the night. You step outside for a moment, feeling the cool air brush against your skin, the forest humming in long, soothing whispers beyond the walls. Each bamboo leaf moving with a slow, graceful motion that seems to ease every thought within you. The moon hangs high above the canopy, its pale glow spreading across the tops of the bamboo in soft silver waves. The forest feels vast and timeless under its light, the trails hidden beneath the swaying leaves, the streams murmuring quietly in the distance, the wildlife moving with gentle caution through the undergrowth. You walk slowly toward the center of the courtyard, your footsteps soft on the cool earth, the faint scent of embers drifting through the air, the fire pit holding only a few glowing coals that pulse gently like a quiet heartbeat. Commander Shen stands near the gate, his posture relaxed, his expression thoughtful. He watches the forest with calm eyes, his presence steady and reassuring. He speaks softly when he notices you, his voice blending with the rustling bamboo. He says that the deepest part of the night is a sacred time in the forest, a time when the land rests, when the spirits of the mountains and rivers breathe quietly, when the world feels closest to its ancient rhythm. His words settle into your senses like a warm blanket, easing your breath, softening your thoughts. Liang steps out of the barracks, his movements slow, his face softened by the dim lamplight. He joins you and the commander, his voice low and gentle. He explains that the soldiers sometimes take a moment during these hours to simply stand in silence, listening to the forest, feeling its calmness settle into their bodies. Letting the night ease the weight of the day, he says that silence is a companion here, not empty or lonely, but full of quiet meaning, shaped by the land, shaped by the bamboo, shaped by the moonlit sky. You stand with him, the three of you forming a small circle of calm in the courtyard, the forest whispering beyond the walls, the lamps glowing softly, the air cool and still, the night deepening into a serene stillness that feels ancient and comforting. You breathe slowly, letting the tranquility of the moment settle deeper into your senses, feeling yourself drift further into the gentle rhythm of the Han Dynasty night, the world around you softened by moonlight and quiet companionship. Commander Shen gestures toward the small bench near the fire pit. Inviting you to sit, you lower yourself onto the smooth wooden surface, feeling the faint warmth of the nearby embers. Liang sits beside you, his posture relaxed, his gaze steady on the bamboo swaying beyond the walls. The commander stands nearby, his presence calm and grounding. The three of you share the silence, letting the forest speak in its own gentle language, the rustling leaves forming a soft melody that drifts through the air like a soothing lullaby. The night feels endless in its calmness, the forest vast and peaceful, the outpost wrapped in a cocoon of gentle sounds and warm lamplight. You feel the ancient world embracing you, guiding you deeper into its quiet heart, preparing you for the next chapter of your journey. The quiet stillness of the deep night settles even further over the outpost, the air cooling gently as the moon climbs higher above the bamboo canopy, its pale glow spreading across the courtyard in soft silver waves. The oil lamps flicker with slow, steady motions, their amber light warm and comforting against the wooden walls. You sit on the small bench near the fire pit, feeling the faint warmth of the remaining embers, their glow pulsing softly like a quiet heartbeat. Liang sits beside you, his posture relaxed, his gaze steady on the bamboo swaying beyond the walls. Commander Shen stands nearby, his presence calm and grounding. The three of you sharing a silence shaped by the ancient rhythm of the night. The forest hums in long, soothing breaths, each bamboo leaf brushing gently against another, creating a whisper that drifts through the air like a soft lullaby. The sound feels endless, stretching far beyond the outpost, weaving through the trails, the streams, the distant ridges, the entire land breathing in quiet harmony. You listen closely, letting the sound settle into your senses, easing your thoughts, softening your breath, the tranquility of the moment wrapping around you like a warm blanket, guiding you deeper into the ancient world. Lang speaks softly, his voice blending with the rustling bamboo. He says that nights like this are treasured among the soldiers, not because of any special event, but because of the calmness that settles over everything. He explains that the forest feels gentler during these hours, its movements slower, its whispers softer, as though the land itself is resting. He says that the soldiers often feel closest to the forest during this time, their minds quiet, their hearts steady, their bodies relaxed after the day's work. His words carry a gentle warmth shaped by many seasons, spent living in harmony with the bamboo and the quiet routines of frontier life. Commander Shen steps closer, his footsteps soft on the cool earth. He speaks about the importance of these silent hours, He says that the deepest part of the night teaches patience, teaches stillness, teaches the value of listening. He explains that the forest reveals its true nature only to those who move gently through its paths, who respect its rhythms, who understand that quietness is not emptiness, but fullness, filled with subtle sounds, subtle movements, subtle meanings. His voice carries a calm wisdom shaped by years of watching over this remote outpost. You feel the peaceful weight of his words settle into your thoughts, easing your breath, softening your senses. The bamboo sways in long, slow motions, the moonlight shimmering across the leaves, the shadows shifting gently with each movement. The forest feels alive yet peaceful, its presence comforting. Its vastness softened by the gentle sounds of night. You breathe slowly, letting the tranquility of the moment settle deeper into your senses, feeling yourself drift further into the ancient world, feeling the quiet companionship of the soldiers wrap around you like a soft blanket. Liang rises from the bench, stretching his arms slowly, his movements calm and unhurried. He gestures for you to follow him toward the far side of the courtyard, where a small wooden structure stands near the wall, its roof made from layered bamboo tiles, its interior dimly lit by a single oil lamp. He explains that this is the outpost's small meditation hut, used by soldiers who wish to sit in silence during the deepest hours of the night. He says that the hut is not part of official duties, but part of tradition, passed down from earlier generations who believed that quiet reflection strengthens the heart and steadies the mind. You step inside the hut, the air warm and still, the lamp casting a soft amber glow across the wooden floor. The walls lined with simple bamboo panels, their surfaces smooth and pale. The faint scent of oil and straw drifting through the air. Liang sits on a low mat, his posture upright but relaxed. He invites you to sit beside him. You lower yourself onto the mat, feeling its woven texture beneath your hands, the quietness of the hut settling around you like a gentle embrace, the forest's whispers drifting softly through the small window, blending with the steady hum of the lamp. Commander Shen stands at the doorway, his silhouette calm against the moonlit courtyard. He speaks softly, saying that the meditation hut is a place where soldiers come to let go of the weight of the day, to breathe slowly, to listen to the forest, to feel the quiet strength of the land. He says that many soldiers find comfort here, especially during long nights when the mind wanders. His voice carries a gentle reassurance, shaped by years of guiding young soldiers through the rhythms of frontier life. You feel the calmness of his words settle into your senses, easing your breath, softening your thoughts. Liang closes his eyes, his breathing slow and steady. He explains that meditation in the Han Dynasty is simple, not filled with complex rituals, but shaped by quietness, shaped by breath, shaped by listening. He says that the soldiers sit in silence, letting the forest speak, letting the night ease their thoughts, letting the bamboo's whispers settle into their hearts. His voice blends with the gentle hum of the lamp, creating a soft harmony that drifts through the hut like a soothing melody. The final stretch of the night settles over the outpost with a deep and gentle stillness, the bamboo swaying in long, slow motions beyond the wooden walls, each leaf brushing softly against another, creating a whisper that drifts through the air like a calming breath. The moon hangs low now, its pale glow fading gradually as it sinks toward the horizon, the sky shifting into a softer shade of blue, the first hints of dawn waiting quietly behind the distant ridges. You stand in the courtyard, feeling the cool air wrap around you, the faint warmth of the dying embers brushing lightly against your hands. The outpost resting in a cocoon of quietness shaped by centuries of tradition. Commander Shen steps toward you with slow, steady movements, his posture relaxed, his expression softened by the dim light. He speaks in a gentle tone, his voice blending with the rustling bamboo. He says that every night in the forest teaches something different. Some nights teach patience. Some teach stillness. Some teach listening. And some teach gratitude. He explains that this night, with its calmness and quiet companionship, has been one of gratitude. Gratitude for the land. Gratitude for the forest. Gratitude for the peaceful rhythm that has guided every moment. His words settle into your senses like a warm blanket, easing your breath, softening your thoughts. Liang joins you, his movements slow and unhurried, his lamellar vest removed, his clothing simple and comfortable. He stands beside you with a quiet smile. He says that the outpost feels different at the end of a peaceful night. The air seems gentler, the lamps seem warmer, the bamboo seems softer, as though the forest itself is acknowledging the calmness shared between those who walked its moonlit paths. He speaks about how these nights stay in the memory, not as grand events, but as quiet moments that linger in the heart, shaping the way one breathes, shaping the way one listens, shaping the way one moves through the world. His voice carries a gentle sincerity, shaped by many seasons spent living in harmony with the land. The soldiers inside the barracks begin to stir, their movements slow, their breaths deep, the faint rustling of straw mats drifting through the air. They rise gradually, stretching their limbs, rubbing sleep from their eyes, their voices soft as they greet one another. The outpost waking with calm purpose, the transition from night to morning unfolding with quiet grace. The lamps flickering gently as their flames grow tired, the embers pulsing softly in the fire pit, the bamboo swaying in brighter motions as the sky continues to lighten. June steps out of the barracks, his posture relaxed, his expression peaceful. He joins you and the others in the courtyard. He speaks softly about how dawn always feels like a gentle promise, a reminder that the land continues its rhythm without interruption, that the forest breathes in cycles, that the world moves forward with quiet steadiness. He says that the soldiers will soon begin their morning tasks, preparing grain, checking supplies, tending to the walls. But for now, in these final moments before sunrise, the outpost belongs to silence, to calmness, to the soft breath of the forest. His voice blends with the rustling bamboo, creating a gentle harmony that settles easily into your senses. Commander Shen walks toward the gate, opening it slightly to let the early morning air drift inside, the sky beyond the walls glowing faintly with the first touch of dawn, the forest shifting into its daytime rhythm, the bamboo swaying in brighter motions, the wildlife beginning to stir, birds fluttering softly among the leaves, small animals moving gently through the undergrowth, the world waking with quiet energy. He gestures for you to step closer, inviting you to witness the moment when night releases its hold and morning takes its place. You walk toward the gate, feeling the cool air brush against your skin, the forest greeting you with a soft breath. Liang stands beside you, his gaze steady on the horizon. He speaks about how dawn in the forest feels like a blessing, not a loud or dramatic one, but a gentle blessing carried by light, carried by warmth, carried by the quiet promise of a new day. He says that the soldiers often pause during these moments, letting the light settle into their senses, letting the forest's morning rhythm ease their thoughts, letting the calmness of the night transform into the steadiness of the day. His voice carries a peaceful certainty shaped by countless mornings spent watching the forest wake. The sky brightens slowly, the blue deepening, the first rays of sunlight brushing lightly across the tops of the bamboo, the leaves shimmering with soft golden hues, the forest humming with renewed life, the outpost glowing faintly under the gentle morning light. You breathe deeply, letting the warmth settle into your senses, feeling the night release its hold, feeling the dawn welcome you with quiet grace, feeling the ancient world embrace you one last time before your journey reaches its peaceful end. Commander Shen turns to you, his expression warm, his voice soft. He says that the outpost has been honored to share its night with you, that the forest has welcomed your presence, that the land remembers those who walk gently through it. He says that your journey here will remain part of the outpost's quiet memory, woven into its nightly rhythm, carried in its bamboo whispers, held in its dawn light. His words settle into your heart with gentle weight, shaping the final moments of your time in the Han Dynasty Forest. The soldiers gather slowly in the courtyard, their movements calm, their voices low, the morning beginning with quiet purpose, the forest waking fully, the bamboo swaying in bright rhythmic motions, the sky opening into soft golden light. You stand among them, feeling the ancient world settle around you, guiding you toward the final chapter of your journey. Wrapping you in the calmness of dawn, dawn continues to rise gently over the forest, its soft golden light spreading across the tops of the bamboo in slow warm waves, the leaves shimmering as they sway in brighter motions, the forest humming with renewed life, each sound gentle, each movement calm. You stand in the courtyard among the waking soldiers, feeling the warmth of the morning settle into your senses, easing the last traces of night, guiding you toward the peaceful end of your journey. The outpost glowing softly under the early sunlight, its wooden beams warm, its lamps dimming, its presence steady and reassuring. Liang steps beside you, his posture relaxed, his expression softened by the morning glow. He speaks quietly, his voice blending with the rustling bamboo. He says that every traveler carries something from the forest when they leave. Not an object, but a feeling, a rhythm, a quietness that settles into the heart. He explains that the bamboo's whispers linger long after one departs, that the moonlit trails remain in memory, that the gentle companionship of the soldiers becomes a warm echo that follows you through future days. His words settle into your senses like a soft blanket, easing your breath, softening your thoughts. John approaches with a small wooden cup filled with warm spring water. He offers it to you with both hands, a gesture of respect and farewell. He says that the water comes from the mountain stream beyond the bamboo, its taste pure and calming, its presence symbolic of the land's quiet strength. You drink slowly, feeling the warmth spread through your chest, the forest's essence settling gently within you, the morning air brushing softly against your face, the bamboo swaying in bright rhythmic motions beyond the walls. Commander Shen stands near the gate, his silhouette framed by the rising sun. His presence steady, his expression warm. He speaks softly, saying that the outpost has been honored to share its night with you, that your calm presence has blended with the rhythm of the forest, that your journey here has become part of the land's quiet memory. He says that the forest welcomes those who walk gently, those who listen, those who breathe with its rhythm, and that you have done so. His voice carries a gentle wisdom shaped by many seasons spent watching over this remote corner of the Han Dynasty world. The soldiers gather in a small circle, offering quiet nods and warm smiles, their movements calm, their breaths steady, their presence peaceful. They stand with you in the soft morning light, the bamboo whispering beyond the walls, the forest waking fully, the outpost glowing with gentle purpose. You feel the final moments settle around you, the ancient world offering its last quiet breath, guiding you toward the end of your journey, wrapping you in the calmness of dawn, easing every thought within you. Liang places a hand on your shoulder one last time, his gesture warm and steady. He says that the forest will remember you, that the outpost will remember you, that the night you shared with them will remain part of their quiet rhythm. He steps back, giving you space to take in the moment, the bamboo swaying, the sunlight rising, the soldiers standing in peaceful silence, the world opening gently before you. You breathe deeply, letting the warmth of dawn settle into your senses, feeling the night release its hold completely. feeling the forest's calmness linger within you, feeling the journey reach its soft and peaceful end. The Han Dynasty world embracing you one last time before you step forward into the day, carrying its quiet rhythm with you, carrying its gentle breath, carrying its timeless call. Your journey is complete. Your night in the forest outpost has ended, and the dawn welcomes you with peace.